What's up, y'all? So today I'm starting a new series of guides for legends. I've been thinking about legend guides for a while, but I wanted to do something a little bit different with these. Instead of basic guides explaining character abilities, I want to talk about the thought processes and general tips that I found work best for the legends. Also, I want to have at least 1,000 kills with a legend before I make a guide for them, so sort of like a what I've learned on the road to 1K type beat. At the time of this video, I have around 7,000 Lifeline kills, my longest main so far, so I had to start with my girl. Aight, we linemen. So, Lifeline for the most part is what I would call a blank legend, meaning for the majority of the game, you'll be playing without relying on abilities. A lot of people think due to the hands-free revive, she's a good legend for lower skill players to support their team, but I think the opposite. If you don't have the skill to protect and take advantage of the Revop Shield, then it's worthless. To use her effectively, you need to focus on strong gunplay and positioning. This is why she's best in the hands of experienced players. She's arguably the best legend for carrying teams because her ability to change the momentum of fights is unmatched. We've all died to a Lifeline before, even though you've knocked your squad multiple times. That's not even mentioning if there's a gold backpack involved, because then she's straight up game breaking. Before I get into her abilities, I'm going to talk about the other factors that led to the most success while playing her. For my first tip, though it seems obvious, I have to say let your team lead fights. Because Lifeline lacks escapability, finding yourself in a bad spot means almost certain death. You never want to be the first one down during the fight, so ideally you're the second or third one entering the fight. This will let you play off your teammates to avoid damage, as well as set up revives if anything went south. As a Lifeline, it's best to know where everyone in the fight is in case you need to block angles and communicate with your team when it's time to get aggressive. This clip here is from the opposite point of view when you're playing against a Lifeline who is supporting their teammates well and not leading the fight. See here, I get an easy knock on the first guy.
Oh my god, you got
Yell obnoxiously into the mic. I want to heal here, but I hear the revive, so I try and disrupt it, but Lifeline's there, can't do anything. Two people, back up. Almost died there. Teammate helps me out. I phase out. I'm just looking for somewhere to heal right now. Like, oop, can't go there. Octane there. Still just wasting time. Other guy's probably healing at this point. I finally get my battery off, and I want to full heal. I want to make it here, but I need to back up this guy so he doesn't go down, but too late, he's down. Knock the Octane. Notice how the Lifeline didn't commit to the push there. That's crucial. I'm looking for him now and I can't find him. By the time I realize he went around, it's too late. I have to knock the Revenant again, and Lifeline slides in and starts that revive, and at that point, I just don't have enough health to win this one-on-one. He's still full health. I actually do more damage in this exchange, but it just doesn't matter.
Damn.
Next tip is to think about how your weapon choice will affect your fights. This will probably be reoccurring for every legend guide, to be honest, but for Lifeline specifically, something to keep in mind is how weapons will play around your Revop Shield. For example, carrying a sniper around will help you keep other enemies at a distance, and if someone goes down, you can defend the revive before they can get close. But at the same time, if someone does make it close to you, you'll be at a disadvantage with the sniper as one of your guns. Unless of course you have a triple take, which is low-key one of the best shotguns in the game. But personally, I found a lot of success with SMGs and Masters, because you can really punish enemies close to range if they decide to leave cover to push you. Quick bursts of damage are very good when shooting from cover. That leads to the next tip. Familiarize yourself with shield fights and bubble fights. I mention bubble fights because they're very similar even though it's a different legend. With both of these, it's key to remember you want to play right next to the bubble or shield. In most cases, whoever is the farthest away is going to lose, especially in an open area. The way Apex hit registration is, it favors the aggressor, so you want to be aggressive with your poking and try to force the other person outside of cover. Don't be afraid to punch too, that'll send them flying back for easier shots. When you're defending a revive, you should only leave cover as a last resort. Good players will either quickly stop the revive by shooting the drone or use the cover against you. If you find a player focusing on your down teammate instead, use that to your advantage. The Revop Shield is very strong, but before I go back into it, I want to cover her other abilities real quick. Starting with her Lifeline drone, it's pretty loud and slow, but it does have its uses. The best in my opinion is to use it to reset quickly in the middle of a fight. If your shield is completely gone and some of your health, throwing the drone down before you pop a battery is going to be much quicker than using a Phoenix kit. Also, it's good for helping your teammates reset after fights. You can place it in a corner after reviving to force stubborn teammates to heal with cover during fights. You can use it when you just got out of zone to heal instead of using meds, and also when you're in zone it can give you a little extra health if you need time to finish the syringe. If you're using it in zone, remember it will only last for 2 ticks of zone damage. Next we have her care package. It's the slowest ultimate to get in the entire game, but it's mostly worthless. In ranked, you can pop some ultimate accelerants early game and hope for purple armor or maybe use it for some late game meds, but in pubs I've definitely gone a lot of matches without even bothering to call it in. Another use for it is to block doors. That opportunity doesn't happen often, but late game that might win it for you. I'm gonna finish off this guide by touching on the Revop Shield one more time since it's by far the most important part of Lifeline. When you're playing her, obviously getting revives is very high priority, but be careful on your approach to down teammates if you're not already near them. You don't want to give up too much health when pushing for the revive. If you do, then the other team is just going to keep pushing you and get an easy knock on you, and your teammate is probably getting thirsted. The exceptions to this are, you either have a gold backpack and your teammate can immediately back you up, or you have a bit of distance from the other team. If you time it well enough, you can use a whole shield battery within the time it takes to revive your teammate. That's gonna wrap up my Lifeline Legend Guide. If you like this style of video, or you have a legend you want me to cover, let me know. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for future content. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at InCelWeTrust. Thanks again for watching. Peace.